Welcome to Mrs. B Night Shift. I wasn't ready then, but welcome. It's Monday, and that's what happens on Mondays. Hope you had a great weekend, because I'm here to chat with you about my weekend, my day, and how to make tomorrow a great one. So we're also going to chat about something that I haven't talked about before. So I'm hoping that it will help you have a little night shift, which is why we're all here. Okay, so firstly, the question is, how was your day? And my day was actually really good. I don't know about your weekend, but it was a great weekend, and I didn't feel like I had to work 24/7, which is what I normally do. And in fact, I was very excited because I read in the newspaper, in the Sun Herald actually, is it the right article? Let me just have a look here. About embrace the darker side to feel better in yourself. And that's so funny because part of the thing I do with my personal branding, so I just hadn't put that on here. Part of the thing I do with my personal branding is that I absolutely use having the darker side of yourself, kind of owning all aspects of yourself. So that's really important. And so I love that it was in the paper. In fact, I tore it out today. And it says, embrace the darker side to feel better in yourself. So that was a great thing that happened. So the other thing is I had a Dear Mrs. V, which was, what did I do beforehand, before I'm doing this now? Well, I've been in film and TV for years. I started when I was 19, and I've always been around production, and I think that's been a big part of my life because I learned some very good ways to kind of be in the world, and I'm a really hard worker, and certainly when you do films and production you learn how to work really hard because you just can't stop up. It's not an option. I know when we used to check call sheets and about crew, and there's thousands of crew and cast coming in, you couldn't stuff up, so we used to double check through 2 or 3 people. Like, it's such a process. I'm sure it's all a lot more kind of technology has taken over on that sense, but it was a great grounding for me, and I loved it. I mean, there's so many stories about that I could get into. Anyway, the next part is then the shift. Now, the shift that I want to talk about today was, I want to talk a little bit about finances. So not long, well, actually it's about 6 or 7 years ago, I went through a really difficult time and we virtually lost everything. And what was the most incredible shift that happened for me was that I think in that moment of going through such kind of fear-based experiences and circumstances, that I learned, I had an actual moment actually in the shower where I went, you know what, whatever happens to me, no one can take who I am, what I've learned, my experience and my heart and soul from me. And it was such a moment. It was literally like a light switch going off where I just went, oh my God, everything's okay. And I remember that so vividly, and it was so powerful. And I still think of that today, because no matter what happens around me, and fortunately, where everything's going well and it's, everything's okay, but it doesn't matter, because what it's brought to me is a place of real peace. So whatever happens in my life, there's always me there, and it doesn't matter, like, I'm okay, and that was a really big shift for me. So that's definitely on my shift list. And then we have the best advice. Now, another best advice I've had from someone is to don't sweat the small stuff. And that was a big one because I'm very detailed about things, and I get worried about, I'm a Cancer, and I kind of think about things a lot. And I think someone said to me, just don't think about the small things, because remember, in like a year in worrying, and that was, especially during that time, it's just going to be different this time in a year or in a week or in a day. And that was a fantastic thing that I got told, because it really made sense to me, and I've always remembered it. And then the last one is the best tool. Now, I have so many tools, and I'm so blessed because I've met so many amazing people and so many incredible teachers that have taken me on journeys and helped me reveal the side to myself which I'm learning to really love and embrace and share with others. And I think the tool for me has been about writing. So when you write, I did a writing course probably about 5 years ago, 5, 6 years ago. Oh, actually, probably even longer. But I did this writing course, and you had to write and not take the pen off the page. And it was like really hard because you kind of go, apples, apples, I was writing, rhubarb. But what happens is when you read back, and because I did write apples, apples, you actually get to see a kind of a bigger vision. It's just weird, the words make sense. And at the same time, you're actually accessing your subconscious. So it's really great, number one, to get it out, because if you're stressed about something especially, or sometimes when you're just confused and you don't know the answer and you want to find out what it is, it's a fantastic process. So writing for me is imperative. In fact, I have about 25 notebooks because I actually put a page out and I just draw and I write different things. So that is a fantastic tool that I use and could highly recommend. Now, Mrs. V loves Australian made, and I think the Australian made thing that I love, which I just haven't brought to me, it's in the kitchen, which is a goat's cheese, and I will put it up under the site, and it's the most beautiful goat's cheese. It's in this gorgeous oil, and I have it most nights actually because I know that I like white cheeses and I like that it's goats because apparently it's better for us because we're the same size bone or something as goats now, but I love it. It's Meredith's goat's cheese, that's right. So I absolutely advise that one to eat the goat's cheese because it's beautiful. And then my night shift tonight is, my nightcap, is of course my little cup and saucer. But tonight I have nuts in it. You see, you just don't have to have the normal thing. And I'm a big cashew person, especially because I'm not, sugar, I try and hold off on the sugar because it creates more acid in the body. And then, so the cashews are fantastic late after dinner, especially if you're watching Game of Thrones. And by the way, if you're not watching Game of Thrones, I thank you because I know it's on at the moment. And if you are watching it after and you have watched Game of Thrones, I'm so jealous because I'm going to have to wait till it's on later. But that's okay because you can watch it on repeat. Then we have the wonderful affirmation cards. Where's my cards going? Okay. So let's pull a card for tomorrow because it's going to be a very good week, I feel. It feels good. So I'm just shuffling my card, thinking about it. I want you to think about it too. What is a thing for you that would kind of help you? What affirmation do you need to think about at the moment? You might have something on your mind, something might be going on, you want a bit of advice about something. Okay. So it's, I am excited because. For me, I'm excited because I've got the show running and also because my event's coming up. So for me, I need to kind of really sit in the place of excitement because sometimes when there's so much going on, you can feel overwhelmed or you can feel a bit fearful because you've got so much to do. But for me, that's what I need to know is I am excited because I've created so much and I'm proud of myself and I feel so excited about what's in store and what I'm going to bring to people's lives. So that's why I'm excited. And you have to think about why you're excited. So that's the thing for you to go to sleep on and meditate. And it might be even from the part of, I'm not excited about anything. I'm not feeling excited at all. But this is the part where you need to kind of dip and go, well, if I was excited, what would it be about? And then that gives you the little shift that we're after as it's the night shift. So thank you so much for joining me on this Monday night and have a great week. I mean, I'm hoping you'll join me because I've got incredible interviews this week. Tomorrow night with the beautiful Kelly Landry at her home. And we've then also got Justin North at the Hotel Centennial. So please stay tuned. I'll be there tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. And in the meantime, have a great night. I'm Mrs. V.